Welcome back to Heralytics. You might have noticed that this video is a little different from past videos, and that's for good reason. We have a very special announcement to kick off the show before we start that I know a lot of people have been asking about.
We'll be doing a Q&A next week, so we'll be collecting questions in the comments section, our Twitter, and our Discord, links below, to answer later.
And you better take advantage of it. I'm not sure how much I can bribe H here into doing another one.
In the meantime, today's episode is going to be about the commercialization of heroism and how companies and governments have started to turn a profit on the essential and life-saving services that heroes provide.
As you might know, heroes these days make most of their money from publicity events and sponsorships. But it wasn't always this way. When hero agencies were first starting out, they were mostly financed by the respective governments of the countries they were based in. This worked fine for the most part, as the number of heroes was much smaller. But as more and more people started getting involved, it became obvious to most governments that government-funded heroism wasn't going to be sustainable. So, agencies went private.
This is similar to other services that governments will sell off to private corporations for various reasons, with the consequence that now these corporations had to make these heroes marketable and profitable. Previously, there had been some PR work done to help introduce heroes to civilians and gain their trusts, but it wasn't until 15 years ago that idol heroes really became a thing.
Looking around you today, and there's a good chance you'll see an advertisement from a hero or sidekick staring at you. If you spend a lot of time online, you've probably come across the official hero channels and accounts. You can even find heroes who work second jobs, either as entertainment hosts or athletes. It's not a secret that heroes are both selling a product and selling us safety.
Now, some people would ask if that's really such a bad thing. After all, heroes need to eat too, and heroism can't always pay. When there's no big disaster or villain fight, should we really be punishing our protectors? If they need a secondary source of income, then isn't that their right? Besides, PR work does an important job of gaining the public's trust and normalizing hero work.
I think most people can agree that heroes need some sort of public presence. Just look at top heroes by popularity. A lot of them are not necessarily the strongest or have the best quirks, but they're well known and liked because of their personality and their work outside of being a hero. Whereas, on the other hand, if you don't have a good reputation with the public, even if you're the number 2 hero, people are less likely to feel reassured by your presence or want to cooperate with you.
So, then, where does the controversy start? Let's take a look at the top 5 heroes ranked by popularity. Notice any similarities?
They all have major sponsorships and corporate partnerships, besides perhaps Hawks, who is known more for his grassroots popularity in memes. And, interestingly enough, the 3 in the top are also teaching at UA, which should mean they have no need for money, right? They should be getting paid quite handsomely between hero gigs and a steady teaching job. And yet you can't walk down the street without seeing their faces plastered alongside pop figurines, headphones, and beauty products. Why?
Well, they are popular, so it would make sense for them to be approached by companies to sell their products.
True, but it's not just that either. Remember, the official hero rankings take into account popularity too, as well as other factors. So you could say that being popular is also the job of being a pro hero. But why? What does it serve besides to sell us things?
As we mentioned before, heroes also sell the idea of safety. How, you might ask? Well, it's simple. Say you're in a horrible attack, there's a villain threatening to blow up a building, and you're trapped inside with them. Now, what would you do in that situation?
Most people would end up waiting for heroes to arrive, of course. Unlike with the police, heroes are seen as being infallible. They always arrive in the nick of time. You see it in the TV all the time.
So you could argue that what heroes sell isn't the idea of safety, but the act of complacency. Civilians will never think of using their quirks for themselves, will never think of trying to fight back, as long as they believe wholeheartedly that these celebrities will show up when they should.
The cult of popularity breeds gods of celebrity, and heroes are right there up at the top.
But for those of you who, like us, see the makeup and glitter for what it is, the fakeness of heroism isn't even the most worrying thing. It's what's going to happen when all that comes crumbling down and society realizes that heroes are fallible humans who won't always make it in the nick of time.
I suppose we can just hope it won't happen anytime soon.
In the meantime, it would be good for you all watching to read up on your rights if you ever end up in a situation where you might need a hero's aid. And remember that at the end of the day, heroes are there to save you, but they are not gods. Make their jobs as easy as possible by cooperating with the police and sidekicks, and get out of the danger zone as soon as possible. Don't loiter around for your next Instagram pic.
Yes, we are hypocritical because we livestream villain fights, but we are at least aware of the dangers and have some training. Don't be us, everyone.
We are legally obligated to tell you not to be us, really. The world can only survive having one of him anyways.
Hey! Ignore him. We'll catch you soon with some more, as we have some really big projects in the work we hope you'll enjoy. Don't forget about the Q&A. We're excited to hear from you. Stay safe out there, folks.